Thanks so much for your thoughts last week on our first video about Elicia and my amazing trip to the Ritz-Carlton Maldives. I'm glad the importance of names resonated with my fellow hospitality and tech professionals. Now, last week I shared what for me hospitality means is about feeling special, feeling important, feeling secure and comfortable. And so with that same vein in mind as last week, I want to continue on my reflections around that word and building on what we discussed. Today, I'd like to talk to you about Afree. Now, Afree, I don't have a photo of. Much like your team members that are servicing a food delivery to a customer some miles away, it's an invisible face. But Afree did his very best to extend hospitality even when I didn't get to see him. Now, I'll show some photos here of the various different messages that I received from him, Arasmitha Shuhu, and also the general manager. After Afree left, he would often leave a little note on the bed. And sometimes he'd leave some special chocolates and a pillow spray as well. The GM, as I mentioned, would leave a note, and handwritten personalized messages would basically sometimes be accompanied with a gift of some kind. Like a chocolate Santa they made for us, or a bottle of bubbly, or something even artistic on the bed, or, as I'll show here, a warm bath that they would run, but also with these intricately designed palm leaves. It was really a nice way to receive a token of contact, a name, a form of connection to someone that you'd rarely get to meet or chat to because they would often be there when you're out of your room. So I'm sure none of that really surprises you, especially if you've traveled to luxury resorts in the past yourself. But I thought about this in reference to our podcast that came out earlier this week, and the fifth headline, where we talked about the viral video that's going crazy on TikTok, where a DoorDasher slipped a note into the guest's bag saying something about why the guest hadn't tipped. But on the video, which was recorded through the Ring doorbell, the guest was planning to hand the customer some cash. It didn't really have a particularly hospitable message on that note from the DoorDash, as you can imagine. But out of every grey cloud comes an opportunity. An opportunity that I think any restaurant owner could consider deploying to aid in their offering of digital hospitality when it comes to delivery customers. Now look at this. I received this last year. My local Chick-fil-A restaurant gave me this in the bag. Now, it's handwritten, and I took a moment to read it, and I paused. And I've seen others do something like this before, where they write on the receipts or leave a gap on the side of a card that's attached on the side of the bag with a message. And I can't recall which restaurant actually did this, but I remember once reading, "Prepared fresh and tasty just for you, Carl. Enjoy, Isabel." In these times, when we talk about the cost of delivery or the expense involved in converting customers to first party, a note with a name of the guest and a name of the expo or the individual packaging it together with nice handwriting, and maybe atop a template that draws the attention of the guest for a return visit activation through a direct channel, maybe the cost is worth it when you think about the time and the cost of a piece of card and the extra few seconds it takes to give that little bit of hospitality. It's quite cheap in the big scheme of things, but it can have some impact. And yes, I understand it adds operational complexity. But what if that impact drives a potentially new loyal customer to visit many more times again to your direct channel? Imagine eventually the restaurant team being empowered with the little sprinkling of data that takes it a level further. A message like, "Getting your usual burger, Carl. We hope you love it as much as always. We appreciate you. Enjoy, Isabel." Just those extra few words to show that they recognize that I always order the burger on a Thursday, that they know my name, that they appreciate me. These efforts to take hospitality out of the restaurant need more attention this year. If recognizing a regular and treating them with extra special attention is something we do inside our restaurants, maybe it's time for us to do it outside them as well. I'd love to hear your stories about how the power of leaving a little note, the lessons you've learned on how to make it work, and the impact it has had on you, your team, and your guests. Please leave your thoughts below. Have a great day.